Okay, here is a fascinating little individual. This is Laocoön. He's a green tree python from Papua New Guinea. And you might look at his skin and say, why is he called a green tree python? He's not green. And you're absolutely right. And the answer is because when he's an adult, he will be completely green with some white speckles and some brown. He's got some brown ringlets on the top of his spine. But I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but hopefully you can see that his head has started turning green, but the rest of his body is yellow. Well, when he hatched out of an egg, he hatched completely yellow, bright highlighter yellow, really, really yellow like you've never seen. And eventually, as he got older, he has started to shift to green. And so I've had him for almost 3 years, and for about 2.5 years, he was bright yellow, not a single speck of green on him. And about 6 months ago, right there, right there on the top of his head, it started turning green. And eventually that's going to spread to the rest of his whole body. Now you notice I'm holding him on what's called a snake hook here. And that's because he is very unfriendly. And Laocoön does not like to be touched. He does not like to be looked at. And I don't hold him. He is a showpiece. He's what you'd call an animal that we keep for beauty and not really a pet. He's very pretty, but he doesn't like to be handled. Let's see, what else should you know about him? He's from Papua New Guinea, which is a tropical island out next to Australia. And so he lives in trees, obviously. That's why I'm holding him with this branch, because I'm not going to pick him up with my hand because he hates that. And he has very sharp teeth. At this size, he can't hurt me that bad, other than just startle me when he strikes like that. He's not going to hurt me. But his teeth are super sharp. So he has 2 teeth on the top and 2 on the bottom. And I've been bitten once or twice before, and it doesn't hurt. It really doesn't hurt. But it does bleed a lot because his teeth are so sharp. So I promise you, I'm not gonna get bit by him. But I feed him mice. Some scientists think that maybe green tree pythons actually eat birds in the wild, but we're not sure about that. But I feed him mice, and if you can see on the side of his face, he's got these little pits. Those are called heat pits. And because he's a python, pythons have these heat pits, which means that even in pitch black darkness, they can still sense heat. So if he's up in a branch of a tree, and let's say a mouse of some sort is, climbing along that same branch, even if it's pitch black outside, he is going to be able to sense where that mouse is. It's the most amazing hunting mechanism where they don't rely on sight in order to find their prey, which is good because he's essentially blind. His sight is really terrible, trust me. See, he's like right now, he's trying to strike at me, but he doesn't know exactly where to strike. He can't see where my hand is right now. He's just striking out, hoping that I'll go away and leave him alone, which I will in a second. But yeah, he's really pretty, and he's really still. He sits on his branch all day long, and that's all he does. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there. Now, what's funny is at night, if I open up the door to the room where I keep him at night, he'll actually go down on the ground, and he'll go look around, and he'll drink out of his water dish and things like that. But in the daytime, they just sit up in branches like this. That's it. That's all they do. And clearly strike at everything that passes by. So I'm not going to try to bother him too much anymore. But check out his cool heat pits. That's all pythons have heat pits. Sometimes you can see them better than others. And see how his yellow is turning to green. And yeah, he's arboreal, so he lives up in trees. And like most arboreal snakes, they start out one color when they're babies, and they turn green when they get older. So, thanks, Laocoön. I'm going to let you go back home now.